Hey everyone, I'm Alex from engVid, and if you are someone who is trying to improve their English, but you feel stuck and you feel frustrated, I want you to know that you're not alone. And today, I want to give you 6 suggestions to help you get back on the path so that you can start feeling good about your language learning again. Now, before I start, I want to let you know this is a very common thing that happens to anyone who is trying to master a new skill. Whether you are a musician or a writer, a painter, or an English language learner, or a learner of any language really, it's normal to reach a point, which is called a plateau, and to feel like, where do I go from here? I'm not improving. What do I do next? So why don't we start with 6 practical suggestions. So the first thing I want to tell you guys to do is to ask yourself, what have I already learned? This is a very useful question because you have learned a lot already. Ask yourself, has my speaking improved? Has my listening improved? Has my reading improved? Has my writing improved since I have started studying English? The answer is probably yes. Yes, it has. So just acknowledging that you have already made progress is one thing you can do to kind of make you feel better and to encourage yourself that, hey, you know what? I have gotten to this point already. Okay, I can keep going. I'm going to keep learning because I know this is a process. I know this is a journey, and I know I have already learned things in the past. So let's continue moving forward. The second thing that I want to tell you guys to do is to get an assessment. Now, you could get an IELTS, a TOEFL, or like a Cambridge exam, but those are not really good at telling you what you specifically need to improve with your English. They will just kind of let you know that, oh, my speaking needs to be better, whatever that means. When I say get an assessment, I mean find a language school in your area or an experienced teacher or evaluator who can test your grammar, test your speaking, and tell you some specific things that you need to work on in order to, get to the next level. It's much more useful to have someone who can tell you, you need to work on present simple questions, or you need to work on how to use much and many, or you need to work on speaking more fluently when you're having a conversation, than it is to have someone tell you, you just need to improve your speaking, or you need to improve your reading. So find someone who can assess your level accurately and tell you what you have to do next. Number 3, find level appropriate materials to help you take the next step. Now, this means that, you are not using things that are too easy. You are not using materials that are too hard. Our brains grow and our brains learn best when we experience some tension. Okay, so they need to be challenged, because if you are just going back and reading beginner level materials and you are an intermediate student, this is not going to help you grow. It's okay to make you feel comfortable. It's okay to make you feel confident that you know how to order from a restaurant, for example, but it's not going to help you to get to that next level you want to get to. So if you are a beginner, of course, you should use beginner materials, English as a second language learning materials, resources like engVid, for example. And if you are an advanced student, you should be reading the BBC websites or CBC or NBC, or using novels, for example, to take that next step. Again, our brains grow when they experience tension. So maybe try to have like 30 to 40% new material and 60 to 70% that you're comfortable with, so that you are taking the next step without the road feeling too weird or too alien, because you're still comfortable enough to understand what's going on in the materials you're using. So the fourth thing I want to tell you to do is to be honest with yourself. Now, what I mean by this is, really, how much effort are you putting into your studies? This is a tough question to ask. This is a tough question I ask myself when I'm learning French. I can be frustrated and I can say, I'm not learning. I want to be fluent. But then I ask myself, how much have you studied this week? How much have you actually tried to improve your French this week? And if the answer is, well, I did 10 minutes of homework yesterday, or yeah, I looked at an article for 5 minutes today, that's not good enough. So be honest with yourself. The other thing about being honest with yourself is maybe you are being too hypercritical of yourself. Maybe you are being too hard on yourself by expecting things that are not realistic. So you need to be realistic, be honest with how much effort you're actually putting in, and that's what I can say about that. Number 5, take a break. It's totally normal to feel frustrated. It's totally normal to feel tired and to throw your books, on the couch because you don't want to study today. And that's fine. As long as you, step away from your studies, re-energize yourself, recharge your batteries, and when you're ready to come back, you come back with a healthy mind and renewed energy. And finally, remember that it is a process. You're not going to learn English in 30 days. You're not going to learn all the tenses in 60 minutes. So if you see promotional material on the internet promising a quick fix, promising that you will learn English in a month or learn all the tenses in 60 minutes, no. It's something that takes a long time. It's a lifelong journey. Like English is my first language, but I'm still learning new words. I can still open a novel and not know what something means. So it is a lifelong journey, and you need to remember that it does take time and that it is a process, and you need to commit to the process and just make sure that you keep taking things one step at a time. So those are my 6 suggestions to help you take the next step in your English learning journey. And if you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below. Tell me, what do you do when you feel frustrated during your learning journey? And have you already used some of the steps that I've indicated in this video? Until next time, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for clicking, and I wish you nothing but success in all of your studies. Take care.